Before we start this video, guys, I have to give a huge shout out to all of you for subscribing, for watching, commenting, your words and kind support and encouragement. Thank you all so much. We've reached 100 subscribers in just a short couple months. I am beyond blown away. This is not at all what I was expecting. You guys just blew any expectations I had out of the water. Thank you so much for being here, for watching all of it. I am here because of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Kayla. Welcome back to Kay's Hidden Shelf, where we talk about books. In today's video, I'm going to go over the books I plan and hope to read in March. The first one that we're going to go over is actually a buddy read over at the Wizardly Duo Discord, and it's a book that everyone sort of picked based on a whole bunch of people having a birthday in March, and that is Illborn by Daniel T. Jackson. I have heard nothing but good things about this, and I'm really excited to start. It's not too chunky. I think it's around 700 pages, and again, just heard amazing things about it. I'll read the back for you. Long ago, the Lord Adiel emerged from the deserts of the Holy Land. Possessed with divine powers, he used these to forcibly unite the peoples of Angol before his ascension to heaven. Over 800 years later, in a medieval world which is threatened by war and religious persecution, 4 young men and women begin to develop supernatural abilities. These forbidden and secret powers will shatter the lives that they have known and will force each of them to confront the mystery of the ethereal gate which haunts their dreams. What does the dream mean, and how is it connected to their abilities? As they experience conflict, love, lust, and betrayal in lands which are being overtaken by war, they must try to stay ahead of and to survive the sinister forces which are now pursuing them, for they are being hunted. This just sounds awesome. I'm really looking forward to starting this one, and like I said, I've heard nothing but good things. The next one on this list is a little bit of a whoopsie. I had planned to read it in February and unfortunately did not get to it, and that is Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. Chaos happened in my February planned reading. I'll talk about that more in a wrap-up video. But yeah, I just unfortunately did not get to this one. I really want to, so I'm going to try and at least get it started this month. We'll see how that goes. Another one I am still continuing on from a couple months ago just because I'm actually enjoying taking my time with it and fitting it in between some of the more dense reads, and that is Flannery O'Connor's complete short stories. I only managed to get to one short story last month, and while there was only one, I actually really enjoyed taking my time with it because it was one of the longer short stories in this, and it explored a lot of aspects in life that I am very glad I don't care for, such as gossip and racism and how it affects even the kindest and hardworking people who are just trying to live their best lives, basically. So I am going to keep going with this. I'm really liking Flannery O'Connor's writing and the types of stories that she writes. I actually, after I finish this collection, I'm really looking forward to starting, I believe, Wise Blood, which is a full-length novel, and some of her other novels that she's written. There's also supposed to be a published work of all of her letters written between her friend and, I believe, publisher that give more context on these short stories. So that's something else I'd like to read in the future, but for right now, I'm really looking forward to keeping going with these short stories. For this month, I also have 2 advanced reading copies that I received in exchange for an honest review from the publishers or the author, and the first one is Memories of Blood and Shadow by Aaron S. Jones. And essentially the premise of this is that an orphan sets out to kill a god. That, with this epic cover, sold right away. So I'm gonna be reading that this month. As of right now, I am about 50% of the way through. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes. The next advanced reading copy is The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne, and this is book 2 in the Bloodsworn saga, and the first book being The Shadow of the Gods, which if you've seen a previous video, you'll know that that was one of my top 5 books from last year. I am so excited to be able to get back into this world, see our characters again, see what happens to them, and thank you so much to the publishers and author for giving me an advance copy on this. The next one on this list is a self-published book, and that is Ringlander by Michael S. Jackson. This is one I've been hoping to get to, and I'm really looking forward to because I've heard great things. It's not too bad either on page count, which is why I'm hoping to fit it in this month at around 400 pages. Again, it just sounds like a great story. We have a girl going on an adventure, and there's a mix of some prophecy in here as well. I'm looking forward to starting it. I think I should be able to get it in this month. I'm definitely going to try at the very least to start it and see where it goes. The last book I am hoping to at least start towards the end of March, and probably might go into April depending on how things work out, is a review copy that was sent to me very kindly by the author in exchange for a review, and that is Nomads of the Sea by Coby Zucker. This is book 1 in the Fishgut Guard, a debut novel by a self-published author who is actually much more local than I thought they were going to be initially when they reached out, and it just sounds really interesting. I'll read a little bit of the synopsis for you. In the Nisi archipelago, a civil war festers. Zealous insurgents burn and pillage villages across the islands in an effort to return the Mangal people to the sea and to free themselves of the Lysan overlords. Sig of the Middandal, the son of a diplomat, must combat the growing threat. As he stamps out the rebellion, he quickly finds his talent for bloodshed surpasses his talent for peace. Idalia Goss is attached to the Lycian company that has been sent to aid the Loyalists. The daughter of a renowned physician and arcane scholar, her task is to learn more about the Mangal mages, who far outstrip the mainland sorcerers. Her efforts are hindered by the dark reputation of her predecessors. Back on Lysa, Brian Urian, the Inferno of Mockin Pass, has lost his spark. Once as the foremost mage of the royal army, he slew indiscriminately in the name of his queen. Now he finds himself enfeebled and on the run. Witness the beginnings of the storied band of soldiers who came to be known as the Fishgut Guard. So yeah, this sounds really interesting. It sounds like there's going to be some action in this, along with some political intrigue probably. I'll keep you guys posted, but yeah, this is one I definitely want to start at least in the month. And thank you again so much, Coby, for sending this. Since I'm recording this on March 6th, I've actually already read one little short book, and that is Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. This actually came recommended to me by Leslie over at the Nerdy Narrative, and I've been wanting to step my toes a little bit into horror, and I'll be honest, I'm not great with horror, so Leslie assured me that this was more fun or funny than scary, and I really appreciated that because she was right. And in this, essentially, we have a bunch of teenagers who are playing a prank on their friend by bringing a mannequin to a movie theater, but the joke's on them when the mannequin gets up and walks away. So yeah, it was just a fun read. I really liked it. If you are looking to dip your toes into the horror genre, I'd say this is a decent place to start, along with Leslie's recommendation. And we are seeing the whole story through the perspective of Sawyer, who is our main character, and is kind of told after the fact. So it's like he's narrating this whole story. It's just all well done. I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but at the same time, maybe it's just because I'm new to horror in general, but I felt like there was a lot of build-up and things were happening, but I don't know, it just felt like I was waiting and waiting even though things were happening. So that was my only critique, just from my own personal experience. And like I said, I am new to horror, so probably not the best critique out there. So that's everything I'm planning to read this month. I'd love to hear from you guys. What are you planning to read this month? Leave a comment down below. And as always, take care of yourselves.